this is another an additional user. It's a standard user. Right now, it's configured as a technician, but you can change if you click here and go to edit. You can change the role for super user, inventory manager, or any role that you create in the system. That is this these features is something that I'm going to explain, but so don't worry about that. It's just to mention you that that right now you have two users, so you can use both for internal training, because remember the sandbox is going to be available and it's part of your subscription. So it's going to be available for you, and you can use anytime. Yesterday I didn't mention how can you do to make a copy of the main server, of the information of the main server to the sandbox. So with this user, Sevita HLSB, you have access to the main menu, and in the main menu you have administration, and the last option that you have here, update from main account. This one is gonna make a copy of all the information that you have in your uh, main server to the sandbox. It's a one-way copy, so we cannot copy anything from the sandbox to the main server. The people in support, they can do that if you need it, but uh, from our admins user, we cannot do that. That is to avoid any mess of information with the main server. But right now, that's the way that you can do. So for example, 3 months later, you will have another training, an internal training, and you are going to use the sandbox, and you want to make a copy of all the information that you have in your main server. So you have to go here to main menu, administration, and update. Oh, I forget to activate the record. Okay, start recording. Okay, so now we are transcript. Okay. Okay, so for today we are going to cover PM's management, preventive maintenance. This feature, as at the end, is a work order that we have, but in this case, is a work order that the system eMaint is going to auto generate for us. We need to configure some details to be able to let eMaint to be able to generate those work orders. So yesterday I showed you this presentation that I'm going to share with you during the training. And I mentioned that this is the typical work order process. So the PMs is part of the process. So we generate work orders, configuring something in the server, that the server is going to auto generate those work orders according to the schedule that we create inside of the server. So that's the idea for this session. We are going to cover this, and we are going to practice the preventive maintenance. And I'm going to show you the different things that you need to do. Pretty easy to do. Okay. Remember that in the work orders yesterday, when we tried to create manually a work order, what we need to do? So we need to go to the plus sign here, add a new record, and open a form, fill all the information, and then the system is going to create a new work order. Okay. So, but if I go to the schedule activity, which is the PMs at the end, this is a different name, but schedule activity is PM. If I click here on this table, then the system is going to open the list of all the records for this table. This is the table, schedule activity, but we don't have the plus sign icon here to add a new record. And what is the reason? The reason is because the schedule activity, they are related with an asset. So we need to go to select one asset, and from the asset we need to generate or create a new schedule activity or PM. So I need to go to the asset tables. I don't have to create a new asset because this one is just to create a new asset. One record, one additional record here in this list. So now I'm going to create the PNs for this boiler, for example. Okay, so I need to open the record of the boiler, open, and then you can find here all the information about this boiler, site, line, building, all the information that we need to configure to create this new asset. But on top of the screen, we have the schedule activity tab. This one is the one that you need to select to create a new schedule activity inside of this table. Okay, so we need to go here, and we don't have any schedule activity. So it means that the assets 31, 12, 45 uh, are is without any PM. Okay, so we need to create a new PM. How do you do that? Add a new record. Pay attention to this. When I click here, this asset tables is going to be changed to a schedule activity because I'm creating a new record in another table. Okay, so if I click here, and you see this, so we are right now in the schedule activity tables, and we are creating a new record like we already did yesterday with the work orders when we click the plus sign. So is another way to create a new record in the schedule activity, but we don't have, we don't, if we don't do in this way, so every time that we create a new schedule activity from that table, we need to select the asset ID. At the end, it's gonna be a little bit different, but it avoids any error in the creation of the schedule activity or PM. So this asset ID is the one that has a relation with that schedule activity or PM. Okay. There's two ways to create a schedule activity or PMs, or two base, calendar base and mirror base. Calendar base is a frequency based on a calendar. So every number of days, every number of weeks, every number of months, the system is going to auto-generate a work order for me according to a configuration that I need to do for that asset. And the mirror base is for those assets that they have a mirror reading or a mirror. Remember yesterday that we create a work order for a vehicle for I don't remember the for Explorer or something like that. So for a car, we need to create the PMs or preventive maintenance, like change the motor oil based on mirror. Also, we have the option to create based on a matter of the schedule activity, and also at the same time a calendar base. So normally you change the motor oil of a car uh, every 3,000 miles or every number of months, 4 months, 6 months. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that triggered the creation of that work orders, PM work orders, is the one that is going to create that work order for me. So we can use both uh, options of trigger of the work order. Okay. In this first section, we are going to create only just the calendar base PM. Okay. And then later we can create the meta base. So we are going to be focused on this column here. Okay. So for example, for this boiler, maybe you can help me with this. Every number of days, weeks, or month, you create a PMs. So in this case, should be uh, what is the frequency? Days, weeks, or month for the boiler?
Months.
Month. Okay. So and how many?
3.
Every 3 months. Okay. Perfect. The next field that you have is calendar frequency type. We have two options, static and shadow. Let me explain that those two options that we have with this presentation is in the presentation. So don't worry if you later doesn't remember what is the explanation of this. So this is the okay. This is a PM that I create every month, static. So every month is going to create the it's going to generate the work orders. And this one is every month, but it's shadow. Okay. In this case, the next PM date, it means the next work order is going to depend of the work order close. So for the static, if I generate the work order PMs on January the 1st, but the technician or the people that is in charge to close the work order and complete the work order, close that work order on January the 20th, the system continue generate on February the 1st, the next work order. It doesn't matter when it's closed, the work order will continue every month creating the work order for the static.
Okay.
In the shadow, it's gonna be different because January the first one, January the 1st, and when we close the work order, remember the closes actions, close out work orders. Okay. When we close the work order, then the system is going to calculate the next generation of the work order according to this date. So 1 month later is going to auto generate the work order, the second, and it's going to continue in the same way. This one was closed in the March 17th, and then it's going to generate on April 17th. So that's the difference between this. Depend of the asset, maybe this one is good for some of the asset. This one is good for another asset. So we have the two options. So you can use any of them. Any question?
Clear.
Okay, perfect. So now we are going to do in the easy way because I want to see in the scheduler
Mm-hmm.
this work order. So I'm going to use the static. And the next PM, this is another field that we need to configure. If we don't configure this, the system is not going to auto-generate the different work orders, because it's going to generate the first one, and then after that continue every 3 months creating the the work orders. So we need to configure this one. Okay, so let's say that this one is going to generate maybe tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. And work order type, even that we can change the type of work order, is not a good idea to change the the PM type, because in that way you can create the different reports. You can have more control about the PM program that you have for your assets. So for we are flexible, so we give you the option to change the type of PM, but is something that is not common to change the type of PM. Nesting group, nesting level is something that I'm going to explain in the level 2. Uh, PM groups is another option that we have. And after this, we need to assign to somebody. It is possible to assign immediately to one employee or contractors if we know. But if you don't know, well, yeah, no problem. You can continue with the configuration, and then after the system create the work order, you can use the scheduler to assign to somebody that PM. Uh, Most of the customer use left this field empty without any information, because, for example, they don't know if that day uh, that a specific person will be available to complete the work order or continue working with the company. So so they left this field empty without any assigned to. So that's good to do in this way. Yeah. And later I will show you how to assign the work order. Perform for you. Well, remember that yesterday I mentioned that this is not common uh, field that all the customer use, because some of them depend on the size of the company or the number of employee. They use both assign to for the supervisor and perform for the technician or employee that complete the work order. So normally they don't use most of the customer, they don't use this field. Task number. Okay, the task number is one task that we have here in this table. Okay, the task number is a task that include a procedure, a number of steps or procedures that you can define for that PM. Okay, and for example, in this case, we can have different steps, and eMaint can record or save information regarding each of the procedures that you define in this task. Okay, so now I'm going to create a simple task just to show you the example. Of course, the task number or the task, I need to create the task before of the creation of the schedule activity. So I'm going to do that in this tab. I'm going to select this task, and we have some. Let me see if we have 65. Do we have something for the boiler? No. Let me see this one. That's procedures. Okay, we have records. So that's the idea. general. So let me show you how to create the task for the boiler. So I'm going to create a new task. So task number is going to be boiler to type training. Just too much space. You know what? Training 01. Just two different brief descriptions. It's going to be boiler task, detailed descriptions, example of. Okay, that's all the information that I need to type here. Save the record. This is the task. This is the task number, train, and maybe we can request to use a longer number here, but okay. So after that I created the task, I need to go to the task procedure. So this is the different steps that for that PM, the technician need to follow, or the contractor need to follow to complete the work order, the PM work order. So I'm going to add some records. So sequence first, task description, visual inspections, asset ID. I don't need to configure this. Only if I want to create a relation with a specific asset, but normally if you have more than one boiler, you can define the same task for all the boilers because it's going to be the same thing. The number of hours, so let's say that in this case we are going to okay, save and add a new record. 2 descriptions. Okay, so let's go to do okay, something like that. 1 hour, new record, and the sequence 3 is gonna be testing 1 hour. Okay, something simple, close. So now we have these 3 procedures inside of the task train. Okay, so I'm going to jump to this tab here and back to the schedule activity, and now I can select the magnifying glass here, train. So we have the task that I just create, boiler task, apply. Okay. Oh, I forget something here. In the task, after that I create the task, I need to go to the actions, publish. But this task is gonna be available and create the procedure for my PM. Okay. So this is the descriptions, boiler task. Okay. And of course, the description can change. So for example, if I create a task for change the motor oil of a car, so we need to type the right description here in the task inside of the task. Okay. So let's go to the next column. Last PM work order date. No, we are just creating the new PM. So there is no PM that trigger that was created for this PM because something that is new.
Okay.
Last PM work order number 0 because we are just creating a new PM
All
for
right.
this asset
Go to
ID.
sleep,
On
guys.
calendar, yes, because we need to display this information, especially in the scheduler. So uh, this one,
Oh.
this part is for the database. We are going to have a specific session for this. So later we will show you. I'm going to show you how to do that. And skip
Okay,
Monday,
I'm on
Tuesday,
mute.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. This option is in the case that 3 months later of this date, the PM, this PM generate the work order. For example, on Sunday, if the system create the need to create that Sunday the work order, and we don't have anybody to complete the PM, then the system is going to skip the creation for that date, and next Monday is going to create the new work order. So we can do that for each of the day here. Or for example, you want that every Wednesday that PM
You get more
is going to
creepy
be
like Marty
created.
every
So
day.
you can skip all the days except the Wednesday. So every 3 months, the next Wednesday of that 3 months is going to be create the work order. So you can do using this different field. So let's say that in this case we are going to skip Sunday and Saturday because I want to create the work order from Monday to Friday because I want to have people working those days. So so that's the idea. Estimated hours. How many hours the person need to spend? In this case, let's go to say that is 3 hours maximum. And web link, this option here, if you have in your intranet a web link that display maybe the procedure of this PM or include some pictures, descriptions, manuals, you can add that information to the PM, and then this web link is going to be created inside of the work order that is based on this particular PM. So so you can do that. So days to complete is the number of days that you allow the technician to complete this work order. So from this date, then the technician have, for example, 3 days. So 3 days to complete. So um, that's the maximum days that is allowed to the technician to complete the work order. So you can do that. Some of the customer use this information uh, to have some control of the
No sleep
how many
tomorrow.
days they allow to complete the PN because
Why can't we sleep here?
if they wait for a long period of time, then the the performance of the assets uh,
I put
could,
the
could
alarm.
be different than if we didn't follow the preventive maintenance program in that case. So this is something that some of the customer use, and our customer they just left empty this. And in this case, we are going to configure 3 days. So say we can continue creating more PNs. So for example, this one is for every 3 months, and then we can create a new one for every 12 months. So every yearly and quarterly PMs we can create. So now we can close, and the system will continue. We come back to the schedule activity. tap on the asset, and we have now this schedule activity created by the system. Some information that we can add to this table. Remember, this one is to add more columns to the table, to the list. So maybe we can use the nest, because later we are going to use this information. So nesting, there's no nesting for this, and I'm going to explain this in a better way. So the schedule activity is this one. If I click here on the go to, this thing is going to jump to the schedule activity 39cc. Okay. If I click back, go back, and asset. Let's go to the asset. So this is the asset. This is the schedule activity. If I go to the schedule activity, then that schedule activity is here. Okay. Maybe it's a good idea to add the asset ID here, because we don't know what is this is created for what asset. No, I don't know which one. So we can come here, manage table columns, and asset ID. We move that column to eMID PM here. Apply. So now I know that is the asset ID. Remember yesterday that I mentioned that with this manage table relation, we can add information from another table. If I click here, I don't have the asset description. The description. We don't have the asset description here because it's part of the asset table. So we can add that information using this option, because we don't have here in the list the asset table. So we can do this manage table relations, assets, apply change, and from here, go back to the manage table columns, select the asset table, and now I have the asset description here. So I can move the asset description, apply changes, and now I have the name of the asset here. Okay. So in this way I can identify what is the asset that I used to create this PM. Okay. Any question?
I can see you later.
Okay, so now we follow the process to create a new PM. So here you have an explanation. Created a PM. We need to go to the assets, related tables. We need to go to the PM schedule, or in this case, it's schedule activity. Create add a new record and do the configuration. Okay, so that's the way that you can create the PMs. Okay, so now, is there any work order created by this PM? Not, because if I click here, I have this information. And we didn't create any work order, because the last PM work orders date is empty. Last PM work order number is empty. Okay. So we need to wait until tomorrow to create the work order. But there is an option to manually generate that PM work order from this screen. If you go to actions, you have the option to manually generate. And then in this way, the system is going to auto generate the work order for me every 3 months. Okay. So that's the option to manually generate. We are going to use this one, but before I'm going to explain some details about the different related tables that we have. The first related table that we have is PM parts. Remember that I mentioned that we can create a bill of material here that is related with this PM. So every time that the system generate a work order based on this PM, that work order will include the bill of material list that I create in this table. So it means that if I add a new record, uh, spur, I'm going to select the category here, items. It's going to open my different parts that I have in the inventory here. And I can select, for example, this one, the miscellaneous, apply change, auto issue quantity, 1, recommended quantity, 1, units measure each, and we can add a new record. So if I close here, I have this miscellaneous part here. So let's go to to create a new part here and then add that list and see what happened with the work order. So go to this tab, inventory. It's just to avoid that I close my schedule activity. That's the reason that I have two tabs here, just to jump from. In this one, I can do something else, and I don't have to back to the schedule activity. So I'm going to create a new part here, just in the sandbox. Eden is a test part description, boiler, per stock item, reorder point is 4, reorder quantity is 10, unit cost dollars, location is the main warehouse, unit measure is each, and we can add a photo for this. So save the record, and I need to change the enhanced quantity. So adjustment, and here we can select 10. See, and the enhanced quantity is going to change to 10. So right now we have an additional part in this list, boiler spare. This is the the item number, okay? And I'm going to add to the PM parts in the schedule activity that part. So to create a short bill of material for this schedule activity. And I'm going to show you how it works. So that's a spur, item number. I'm going to select the one that I just create, test, apply, recommended quantity is going to be 1, save and close. So we have 2 items in this PM part, okay? PM procedures, okay. The system, based on the task, this task, train, the system create the PM procedure that include the 3 steps here, okay? I need to mention this. Let's say that you create that PM procedure for your boiler that include these three steps. And 6 months later, you need to add more more procedure, more steps in the sequence. So you can do that, and then after that you save that task with the additional procedures inside of that task, the system is going to generate, well, you need to go to action, publish, and then the system is going to add the additional steps to the next work order. Okay, so you can customize, because it's something that it is possible that later you add a new steps in the sequence of procedures that includes something else. So with the you can do that after the creation of the schedule activity, and also after the creation of the task. So you can do that, and the system is going to follow your instructions and add that sequence, additional sequence to the schedule activity. So you don't have to change anything here. Okay. Um, I'm going to in the second session, I'm going to give you an example and show in the video how to do that. In the assignments is the assignments that you can do. So remember that this table is controlled by the scheduler, and you can add new record here. But you don't know what is the assignments that you have to do 3 months later. So it's not a good idea to include information here. You just need to wait until the work order is created, and then for that particular date, then you can go to the work order and do the assignments for that work order. Okay, so it's just to explain that this one is available. So it's the same um, related tables that we have for the work order. Okay, so now we can create the or generate the work order, because we don't have any work order. So how do you do that? You can wait until tomorrow, and then the system is going to auto generate that information. I'm going to explain later how it is possible to do this, because there is some configuration that the admin need to do in the server to trigger to start the auto generation of the PMs. Okay, but right now I'm going to just to generate the work order manually. So if I go to actions, manually generate. Look at this. You are about to manually generate work order for the PM. This one. So let's go to generate the work order. It should be the 108, I think. 108. Okay. This is the work order. So the system jump from the schedule activity to the work order table, because I know this because I have this root here. I mean the work order tables, and this is the work order 108. Something that I need to mention, it includes all the configurations. So you don't have to change anything in the work order. Okay, maybe the problem type, but that information is changed by the technician if there is any problem with this asset. This is the asset that we use. This is the boiler, and let's go to show you this. Okay, work procedures. Yesterday we didn't configure anything in the work procedure, and I mentioned that it is possible to create a work procedure for a work order that you create manually if you need it. But normally you don't need to or you don't know what is the procedure for the work order because it's something that is corrective, it's an emergency. So the technician need to go there, check what is the issue, and according to the experience, follow a procedure to fix the issue. But in a PMs, yeah, you have a procedure to follow because it's some steps that you need to follow to check some values, to change some parts. So there is a procedure. Remember, let me show you in the schedule activity that we create. This one is the schedule activity. We have this procedure here, okay? And in this tab, let's go back to this tab. This is the work order that we manually generate for that PM. And if I click here on the work procedure, I have the steps. Okay. So that's the difference between a work order manually generate that we covered yesterday and the PMs. So this procedure is inside of the work order that the system auto generates. So I save time because I just need to configure that procedure inside of the task, add this task to the PM here in this part. Okay. And what happened with these procedures? What is the difference when the technician need to complete the work order? The technician need to edit this procedure because I need to record some results of this procedure. So if I click here on edit, let's say that I'm the technician. So visual inspection and then, okay, inspection, yeah, okay, change part, uh, and then any comments here, or is okay. So I didn't didn't ins- and testing. Okay, maybe the testing is measure the voltage. So voltage is something that is it's not the truth because I'm not familiar with this, but maybe the voltage is uh, 25 is AC, something like that. That's the result of this procedure. Okay, and I can change the um, save the changes. So now the oh, let me see. Oh, we can include this as already inspection results. We can add two columns here. Okay, this one. So for example, maybe this testing instead of so you can type down and here manual reading 25. And the inspection results, okay, visual inspection, yes, pass or failure. Change the power broken, yeah, pass. Maybe here, if I click failure, it is possible to for us to configure a workflow that every time that the technician saves the value failure here, the system is going to auto generate a work order for to follow up the issue that the technician find in the work procedure. So that is something that is possible to do. So you can do this and save. So now you can in your main server you can add these two columns if you need it, because remember that sometimes we need to read something, and especially we need to uh, have a result of that. Of that steps of the procedures. So this is the procedures for the work order. Remember that we can uh, charge part to the work order. Okay, and we use the add parts. We also use the add labors and add miscellaneous. But I mentioned that we have the add quick. The add quick work with the PM parts that we create here. Okay, so let me show you how it worked. In the add quick, I need to click here, and from this I have this load part from PM only. This one has relation with this PM part tables that I create here. So if I click here, look what happened. Okay, I have the miscellaneous and the test uh, part that I create in this list. So every time that I have a PM, I can help to the technicians or contractors, and that technician can tell me how many of this part were used to complete the work order. So let's say that in this case, uh, the uh, the technician that doesn't use the the miscellaneous part, so it is possible to remove this part. And for this one, use just one. So we can save this information and close. And now it's updating. So it's going to autofill that information with this part that I use to complete the work order. Okay. So that's another option that we have for the work orders created based on a PM. We have a bill of material that we can include inside of the PMs. So if I click here, I have the schedule activity, the same schedule activity. This is the work order in this tab that I create manually, and that one include in the add quick the bill of material that I create. Also, we have for this work order, we have the assignments, so we can create the assignment for that work orders. And let me show you. Let me show you where is that work orders in the scheduler, because I mentioned yesterday that that is possible to see that information in the scheduler. So if I click here, go to scheduler, we have PMs, projection, there's a 108. Oh, open work orders. I need to, because I have the filter. Open work order. Yeah, 108. This is the PM work order, 3 hours. So we can use the employee, okay, and make the assignment for this. So remember that yesterday I mentioned that it's possible for the PM's work orders. So we can do this. Hernandez, and I'm going to select the 108. The date is going to be today. Number of hour, so there's one. Let's save. So we have the assignments here. I just create these assignments. So if I go this tab, select the work order, the 108 in the assignments include Andrea here. That's the way that it works. The projection of the PM. So after this, let me show you first the schedule activity. Let's go back to the schedule activity here. Schedule activity. So this is the schedule activity that we create. And now we have last PM work order created today. Last PM work order number 108. And the next PM date is changed to April 16th. Okay, so this is 3 months later. How can you see this information? I mean, this PM inside of the scheduler. Let's go back to the scheduler, change to the monthly view. Okay, and let's go to April. In April, we have this is the projections. Remember that I mentioned the projection in the yesterday that is in a different color, because from here, if I go to color settings, PM projection is in a gray color. So we can change this one. So let's say that this one is going to be maybe this outer funny color. So this is the projection. It's not a real work order because the system is going to wait until April 16th to create a work order. So it's going to be change the color from this purple or to a green, and then become the system is going to become that projection into a work order. Okay, so that's what I want to show you. Any question?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, perfect. So let me see. We are in the middle of the PM management level 2, but we can take some time to some minutes to practice. So let's go to do this. We are going to take 10 minutes and try create a new PM using the. I mean, try to use that, and then let me know if you need my help, and then after that we are going to continue with the same the level 2. Okay. If you need my help and you can share the screen, let me know, because I can do that. You share your screen and then try to create a new PM.
All right, thank you.
Remember that the creation is from the asset tables. You need to select one of the assets, for example, this one, and go to the schedule activity table. And then from here, add a new record.
Okay, good, thank you. Uh, hey, Manuel.
Yes, sir.
When we get to the tasks, sorry, I didn't hear you. If we can choose from the tasks that we've already built, right? So
Yeah,
if what
yeah,
we
that's
want
right.
is does not exist, do we have? Can we build it from here, or we'd have to close here, go to tasks, make another task, then come back and apply it?
Okay. To avoid to close the schedule activity, you can go, for example, I'm here with the schedule activities. Let's say that this one is the schedule activity that I have, and you are creating the schedule activity. Right click over the schedule activity and select open link in a new tab.
Okay.
So the system is going to open this tab for you. And in this one, you can click here. And in this one, you can go to tasks and create the task that is related with that schedule. So you just create the tasks, the procedures, and back to the schedule activity tab, and continue with the creation of the schedule activity. So you don't have to close the schedule activity windows. Mhm.
Uh, Manuel, what's the difference between shadow and static frequency?
Uh-huh.
I forgot.
Okay.
Frequency, shadow, or static?
Oh, we use static because it's the easy way to do that. But the difference is that the shadow wait until the close date to generate the new work orders. That's the difference between this. So for this example, we use static.
Okay.
So so you can use static instead of shadow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manny, can you go back? Go back one where you just were.
Where?
Yeah,
Here in
this.
the task?
Yeah, this
Uh-huh.
list right here. So this is in the sandbox. I don't see it in the live one.
It'll be there because it's a copy. So let me check in the another window. Incognito. What was it? Salida. Oh,
Yep, HLTH.
oh. Yep, there you go. 65 task here.
Yeah, okay, why am I not seeing it? So I go to tasks
Yeah, task here to over the icon. Click on the icon.
on the icon. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because
Okay.
if you click on the name, it's going to open a
The
record.
submenu. Okay, okay, I got you. So these are two different. This is different. Okay.
Also, if you double click on the name, it will open the list. But just one click is one record. Okay, let me log out for here, but I don't want to change your server. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. So the icons are a different click than the name up on the left here in
Yeah,
the
by
menu.
default, a click on the name is the last record for that table that you open.
Okay. And then the icon takes you to the full list.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay. Shall we continue, Manu?
Yes, yes. Did you finish?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Enough for now. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go to the level 2. I already explained some details about the level 2, that is